Okay, I missed some things in my previous shorts about alchemists that I felt like I wanted to make a short on, and there's also a comment replying to my previous one that I kind of want to talk about. Another complaint levied against bombs is they don't get ability score modifier to damage, and Bomber doesn't get initially the ability to use their mod for splash damage. But this isn't really a fair comparison, because sure, strength-based melee characters will get 4 to damage, but Dex-based characters will have to invest pretty heavily in strength in order to get more than like a +2 to their strength before 5th level. It's not unusual for dexterity-based characters to invest in a mental score as their second stat, in which case they probably only have like a 1, maybe 2 on their strength. Plus, many ranged weapons can't add ability modifier to strength. A thrown weapon would require you to invest pretty heavily in strength once again, which means you're not investing in constitution or any other mental stats if you have more than a 2 before level 5. So an alchemist, even without any features to bring up the damage, throwing a d6 or higher, alchemist fire does a d8 and then persistent damage. In a complete vacuum, that bomb is dealing thrown weapon damage and getting +1 splash damage to it, so it's pretty in line with a dexterity character with a secondary score that's mental. And that +1 can replicate, so if there happens to be an enemy adjacent to it, you are dealing the full +2 damage of having a 2 modifiers, just one of them is over there, and good trigger weakness. And that Alchemist Fire that deals a d8 and then a point of persistent and a point of splash, it's getting 2 right away, and one of them can replicate, and then the other one can keep going if they don't recover. So, if anything, bombs have higher than conventional modifiers. These all go up at 3rd. There's methods to increase this to your intelligence modifier, and it still has the replication. At 10th, there's a feat that can give you double your modifier to your bombs. That can still replicate. There's a method by which you can convert this splash damage to persistent. So unless we're comparing ranged to melee, which isn't a fair comparison, it's not actually true that they don't get a modifier to damage. And a comment on the last video lamented that energy weakness is supposed to be something that someone with magic, or in the case of Alchemist, a pseudo-magic, is able to exploit. But energy mutagens make it easy for marshals to just slap on a mutagen and use it at will at around level 8 or so when they can afford the lesser ones casually. This fact does work against the Alchemist's bomb damage, mind you, but also speaks to the benefits of having an Alchemist in the party. But hey man, if it makes you feel any better, most of the martial-worshipping Reddit gooners don't know enough about the game to exploit energy mutagen, so anybody doing it deserves it.